Hello, and welcome back, you guys. The first episode, I did not want to give you this long, drawn-out story about how I started my podcast, and stopped my podcast, and started and stopped, and the whole thing with consistency and being obedient, because this is something I felt that God has placed in my spirit. He was giving me confirmation after confirmation to do this podcast. But y'all, can I just be honest? It is so hard. It's not even the content, because I will say that when I pray on a topic and ask for God to, give me something to discuss, that part is easy. I think it's just, and as much as I like to talk, I think it's just the talking, just the work, right? So this was very spontaneous, this particular episode actually, and I just thought about it. That is how it is with life in general, right? We want the accolades, we want the money, we want the bonuses, we want the recognition, but sometimes we don't want to put in the work. And that's a problem, because a lot of times this is why you should not compare yourselves to people, because you don't know what people have gone through to get where they are. Nothing is easy. Everything requires dedication. Everything requires hard work. Sometimes I feel like Jonah. God had a mission for Jonah, and Jonah was like, I don't want to deal with those people. I don't want to do that. But you got to be obedient. You have to put in the work. And the thing is, even though it's hard, like I said, my pastor says all the time, we can do hard. And we can do hard because we are the Lord. Just like, with the first episode, we said His grace is sufficient. He will strengthen us if we surrender it all to Him, give it all to Him. He actually will make you tough. He will strengthen you. But we have to do our part, right? We have to do the work. So I'm going to try my very best this time to stay consistent, to not give up. And even on days when I don't feel like it, I'm just going to push through. Somebody needs to hear that today, because I feel as though someone right now listening to this, you've been battling something and you feel like it's too hard, or you feel like you're not the person for it and you don't think you can handle it. But if God placed it on your heart, because He orders our steps, right? So if God placed this particular thing on your heart, I don't know why I'm getting this right now, but I even feel like somebody actually has a written plan right now on what they should do, but they're not doing it because you're afraid. You may be afraid to take that step, or you are looking down the line of, this is going to be challenging. I'm going to have to do this and do that. But you know what? If it's something that God has purposed for your life, He will make it so easy for you to get started. And all you have to do is just go with the flow, follow His plan. Yeah, every day will not be easy. You will run into some difficult days. We know this. Every day will not be perfect, okay? But you got to keep going. Just continue to push through it. Don't worry about what may or may not happen. And I've learned this actually as I've gotten older, that even when we stumble and we make mistakes, it's like we learn from those mistakes and they just make us stronger. They build our character. They help you with that next level of life, that next step. So I said all of that to say, somebody right now has something already written. It's all you have to do is execute it. You have to do the hard work of executing it, letting it go through, falling sometimes, but getting right back up. It's already written for you. Push through, do it. And that's what I'm going to do. Like, I'm talking to you, but I'm talking to myself too. I am going to try my best with these podcasts to stay consistent. Because let me tell y'all something. This is a true story. When that first podcast came in my spirit, His Grace is Sufficient, I immediately picked up my phone, started taking notes, and I'm telling you, the words were just flowing. And I know that was the Spirit, like everything that was coming to me. And I said, as I was doing that, you guys know how the top of your phone, when you get those notifications, like an email, the Buzzsprout email about podcasts came up while I was working on that podcast. And I'm like, God, okay, I get it. Like, I am going to try my best to stay consistent with this. I am. And I know it's hard. And I may have to come back and listen to this particular episode a few times myself, because a lot of times we fail because we don't want to do hard, because we don't want to stay consistent. And I will admit that is one of my weaknesses, is staying consistent. So that's something that I need to work on. I know that. Because when I was doing these podcasts, at the time, I'm just thinking, it's fun. I like to talk. I was a mass comm major, but hey, I'm doing accounting now. You know how that goes. But there were so many people I didn't even think were listening to my podcast. That were telling me how they were so inspirational and how they helped them and they enjoyed it. That's the other thing. That's my last point. That a lot of times, we're doing things and we're thinking, it's for us because, I like doing it. I enjoy doing this, which is good. But most of the times, especially when it's led and ordered by the Lord, you're doing it to help somebody else, not just for yourself. And actually, we need more of that in the world today. Those going to be some more topics I'm going to talk about, but that's for another day, because I've noticed that people in this society now, this climate, have become so self-centered, so just lacking compassion for other people. And we need to spread more joy, more compassion, be more empathetic, because a lot of us sometimes don't show that compassion for other people because it's something that we're not going through. And like I said before, my grandmother used to say, keep living, because you never know what may hit your doorstep one day. So stay in love, stay in peace, stay consistent. Don't be afraid to get out and do that thing that God wants you to do. Do that thing that you know that you should do. Do that thing that you have written down. I'm telling you, I don't know who this is, but somebody has the plan already written. And Lord, it's just so many people that you don't even know who are dependent on you to execute that plan that you already have written. And all you have to do is execute it. Don't be afraid to do it. Talk to you guys next time. Stay blessed.